So what are the lessons that we have to learn? The first lesson, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada says, that we have to learn from this is, number one is, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is known as Patita Pavana Avatara. We sing every day, no? Patita Pavana. That Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an avatara. He is an avatara who is Patita Pavana, who has come specifically to deliver the most fallen. Normally, Krishna in his incarnations come to protect his pure devotees. Like he wanted to protect Prahlad Maharaj, or he wanted to protect some other devotee, pure devotee. Like that, Krishna comes and his incarnations come. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to deliver the most fallen. Patita Pavana. Therefore, in order to prevent the apasampradayas and pseudo devotees from claiming that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Patita Pavana, therefore, I will continue my sinful activities. I will engage in illicit sex, meat eating, all these kind of things. And I will chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra also. By doing this, I am Patita Pavana. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will deliver me first. This kind of misguiding, misinterpreting of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions could happen in the future. Therefore, to prevent such a thing, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu played this pastime where he showed that if somebody who is his devotee does not follow the regulative principles, he will reject them immediately. He was so strict. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Patita Pavana. Then what is the meaning of Patita Pavana? If after becoming Mahaprabhu's devotee, if we commit some sinful activity and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so strict, then what is the meaning of Patita Pavana? Patita Pavana means if we are fallen, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will bless us with his kripa. Once we receive his kripa, we must stop further sinful activities. Just like even with Jagai and Madhai, when Nityananda Prabhu asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to forgive them, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I will forgive you on one condition. From today, you must give up all your sinful activities and you should not commit those sinful activities again. So having obtained Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's kripa, we are all Patita and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has purified us and saved us. Now we should not again commit those sinful activities. On the strength of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu being Patita Pavana. This is the first instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Second instruction is that the leaders of the movement, the leaders of the Hare Krishna movement have to be very strict and they have to have the highest standard of devotional life. They should be beyond reproach. They should lead an ideal life. This is the example set by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that the leaders of this movement should not be like the bogus sannyasis, bogus swamis, externally very renounced, but having their own private affairs. The leaders in our movement should be of the highest caliber. They should be of the highest ideal character. They should not be like these pseudo sannyasis who will go around dancing with other girls and tell, I am Krishna, you are gopis, and all these kind of crazy things. No, one should not. Leaders of the spiritual movement means they have to have the highest ideal moral character. This is the second lesson that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught. Third lesson that we have to understand from this is that we have to be very strict in following the regulative principles. We cannot be lax in following the regulative principles. It is so important to follow the regulative principles. If we fail to follow the regulative principles, then we will lose the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If we wish to continue to remain to be recipients of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's kripa, then we have to strictly follow the regulative principles. This is the third lesson that we have to learn. Fourth lesson is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu demonstrated how for a sannyasi, even a slight deviation is not allowed. Sannyasi has to follow the regulative principles so strictly. If he is unable to follow, then he should not take up sannyas. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had so many Grihastha devotees also. There was a Grihastha couple who came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the male devotee, he informed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, my wife is now pregnant. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy. He blessed them both, saying that may Krishna bless you with a devotee child. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not averse to the combination of man and woman. But having taken sannyas, sannyasi has to be so strict in the matter of women. He cannot freely intermingle with women in the name of preaching or anything else. Sannyasi means he has to strictly avoid the contact of all women. Because as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, Matra swasra duhitra va na vivikta suno bhavet balavan indriya gramo vidvamsam api karshati. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quoted this verse from this verse is quoted in the Manu Samhita as well as in the Srimad Bhagavatam in the 9th canto. So this verse says that Balavan Indriya Grama, the senses are very, very powerful. So someone may say, senses and all may be powerful for a person who is uneducated, who has not read the Vedas and all that. Somebody who has understood the Vedas, who is following spirituality and all, he doesn't have to worry about the senses. No, Balavan Indriya Gramo Vidvamsam api karshati. Even a learned scholar can get deluded by the senses. He can get bewildered by the senses. He can get swept away by the force of the senses. And therefore, the Shastra say, Matra swasra duhitrava na viviktasano bhavet. Therefore, even a learned person must be cautious not to be in the company of a woman in a secluded place. Even if that woman is one's own daughter or one's own mother or one's own sister. This is the injunction of the Shastras. So therefore, sannyasi must be far, far more strict, and you should never intermingle with women very closely. The next lesson that we have to learn is that if a person gives up his body in a holy place, he is sure to be liberated. Chota Haridas gave up his body in Prayag and he immediately got a spiritual body. So therefore, this is the power of a holy place. If somebody dies in a holy place, then he is sure to be liberated. Another lesson that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught through this Leela is that if a devotee is very faithful and still some fall down happens, but even though he may fall down, still if he is faithful, then ultimately he will be liberated. The path of devotional service, as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Nehabhikramanashosti pratyavayo na vidyate. The power of devotional service is such that whatever devotional service we render, the credits accruing to us from that can never be destroyed. Therefore, a devotee's fall down is not like a karmis or a jnani's fall down. An Ashtanga yogi falls down, a jnana yogi falls down. Their fall down is different. A bhakti yogi, even if he happens to fall down, he is not lost. He will still get liberated. So these are all the lessons that we can learn from this pastime of Chota Haridas and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, from this pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have to learn to maintain a very high ideal life in Krishna consciousness. We have to be very strict in following the regulative principles, and we should not get bewildered by bogus sadhus saying that there is no connection between morality and spiritual life. One can practice all sorts of illicit sex life and one can still be a yogi. One should never be bewildered by these kind of misrepresentations. One should not get cheated by such bogus people, and one should strictly follow the regulative principles. We should by doing that, we can expect the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we can perfect our life, and we can go back to Godhead at the end of our life.